Tell you what, it's hard work doing these YouTube videos. I keep getting little bits and pieces that I think, oh, this will make all the difference. This is going to make everything simple. And it just ends up with more problems. I got a tripod off my sister that I planned to set up, and it meant that I wouldn't have to hold the camera and it wouldn't wobble slightly while I was talking. And we've rearranged our kitchen so it changed the way I was going to sit, because I'll turn the camera around slightly. Normally I sit over there behind the flowers and it's all straight on, but as you can see the table has moved, so I'm now sat in front of this curtain behind me, which I don't know, maybe a bit fancy having oh, look at this lovely curtain. But I thought I'll set up the new tripod opposite me and I'll just sit and I'll talk. But I feel like I liked having the desk in front of me because I could just be like, so I'm going to get real now, I'm going to lean in. Or I don't know, I just would sit upright at a desk and talk, and it just felt like it was nice and cozy and sorted. You know, stand out in the utility room and it'd be all comfy and just nice flat background or whatever. But having the tripod in place, I felt like I was miles away from it. I looked at the video and I looked like this little person just kind of talking away. Oh, hello, I'm here doing my little video. So I don't know if I'm going to use it for that. I will use it for other things, and I had other plans to use it for those things out and about, that, you know, going out traveling, maybe use it to film bits. It will come in handy. So if my sister's watching, it wasn't a dud present, but it's not quite what I expected for recording at home. I looked really weird, sat far away, and I was starting to learn. I could see other people's YouTube channels, and I think, that's probably what they're doing, and that's why it doesn't look quite right, because they're sitting opposite their tripod or whatever, and that's what they've done. So anyway, I did record a whole video, and when I was watching it back, I just thought, no, I can't put this out. It's a bit choppy. Like, I kept kind of, I was worrying about the tripod. Is this filming me right? Is this doing right? Is this focused right? You know, and it kept taking away my train of thought. I kept sort of looking around, and the dog's been bugging the hell out of me. I don't know if you can hear her panting, but she's below me going, bless her. But yeah, basically, just to cut to the chase, I wanted to say thank you all for all your support since I started the channel. So I don't think most of you would have known me beforehand, but this time last year I was on antidepressants. I was a bit of a mess. I was a bit unwell, and I didn't really have anything going on. I'd been doing a podcast with Kev, Vanana, and Pab, the Mature Gamer podcast that I do every week. But other than that, I hadn't really been doing anything. I'd started a blog. I was trying to do daily blogging. I was trying to get into the habit of writing 1,000 words a day so that I would get better at writing and get back into writing books and stuff. I think I'd got like 100 subs a day. I was doing all right on it, 100 readers a day, sorry. And then one day I was like running out. I was like, I don't know what to write about anymore. Trying to find 1,000 words every day is impossible. Oh. And Kev said to me, Lelujo from Lelujo's channel, said, if you don't start recording, I'm going to throw a brick through your window. And I was like, oh, easy. And he said, well, there's no point you sitting writing every day and 100 people reading it when you could be saying the same thing, and, you know, it would make all the difference. You'd get more people watching it and it'd be more interesting and blah, 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 more creative, blah, blah, blah. So I did a terrible video, which you can see at the start of my playlist, and it's just me leaning into a camera on my iPad over my desk. Everything's kind of from this angle, and it's very, very, very basic. But do you know what? It really kicked off. I didn't think I'd like it. I didn't think I'd enjoy it. I didn't think it was going to be me. And, you know, I'm sort of, how many months on? 9 months on now. And I feel like it's been fantastic. I've not gone into, I'm not in the full on, this is my life, I'm going to do this every day kind of feeling that Kev is. I find it awkward if I start recording on sort of family events and Christmas Day and that sort of thing, if I just suddenly whip my camera out. But I think I'm getting there. I did do some filming on Christmas Day and it was fun. I feel like I was struggling to find a topic, and then I feel like I've kind of almost been taken over by the topic of Ollie and his potential autism diagnosis, his likely autism diagnosis, should I say. I always feel like I'm being a bit sceptical with it. That's still ongoing, of course. Nothing's really changed over Christmas. Although we did realise Christmas Day that we probably haven't told Claire's brother about it. And I mentioned on the video before, he was being very, very full on, telling Claire's brother's partner about Pokemon and listing them all and telling her all the facts. And I'm chatting to Claire's mum and she's saying, does he know? Have we told him? And I was like, I don't know, I haven't told him. I don't tell anyone anything other than what I tell you guys on the video. Yeah, I'm not very good at communicating it to the family, so I imagine most of my family don't really know unless they watch. But it was one of those things where I was like, oh crikey, we need to kind of deal with this. And I thought, do you know what? I've not been dealing with it with them because I've been dealing with you guys. And that's what I wanted to say thank you about mostly, was because obviously I came out with that video saying that we're going through it, not expecting it to suddenly become the de facto default topic of the channel, but just because I thought, oh my god, this is a really big deal today, and I need to talk about it, I need to process it, I need to vent. And you lot have been amazing. You've given me so much support, so much kindness, so much like suggestions. Just you've generally pulled it together for me. You know, you've shown me other people living with it. You've shown me, you know, what you do, how you deal with it. You know, so many of you, you know, are autistic, and you're showing me what wonderful people you are, and it's making me feel a lot better, because I don't know, like my mum and dad and people like their age who don't really know much about autism have all kind of worried that it means something, you know, life-alteringly difficult, which it can and probably will at times, but I think what they more mean is this a problem now? Is this going to become something that we need to be managing with him forever? And I'm, you know, and you've taught me that's not the case. That's not the case at all. That it's something that he can learn to manage and work with, and you know, he is high functioning, that sort of thing. So I feel really good that, you know, it's, I don't think I'm wording this right, but because of you lot, something that should be, well, is painful and difficult and challenging to process has been a lot easier to process than it otherwise would have been, and I am really grateful for you all for that. I do feel like you've been a massive help, and you've helped Claire because I've then told her your feedback, told her your suggestions and that kind of thing. So I mean it, really, really mean it. Thank you very, very, very much. We are very, very grateful, and I think that you're making a genuine, you know, difference to Ollie's life because you're giving me such great ideas. So thank you. I am slightly worried for a selfish reason that because I've gone down the route of talking about that frequently, I then feel awkward when I don't, or awkward when I do. I am stuck in this catch-22 of if something bad happens, I don't want to be like, well, look, something bad's happened, get the camera out, you know. And it's interesting looking at a lot of people on YouTube who talk about autism, and they have the same struggle because they don't want to be like, you know, I don't want anyone to ever think that I'm doing this to get to like, oh, great, this is really bad, this will get me to like 1,000 extra people. You know, I set out to kind of just be me. My bio for the channel is that lots of stupid things happen to me all the time, and I want to talk about those stupid things, and I want to make you laugh, basically. And I feel like inherently that's what it's always trying to be. I want to be funny in the videos. Some of them are going to be sad videos. I know I've, you know, probably my most watched videos have been the most depressing videos that I've had to do, the most depressing situations. It is a struggle. And I talked to Kev, and I'm saying to him that, like, I don't know what to do because the video I've just done where I'm breaking down in tears because of something so bad it's ridiculous has happened, and all these brilliant people have come and watched it, and then 2 weeks later when I'm talking about some absolute farce that's happened and it's quite funny and it's just a bit of a happy-go-lucky video, and I'm like, and that one's got maybe 50 views, and I'm like, it's not me going, I want to chase the views or whatever, and don't ever think that's what I mean. But it's what I'm thinking is no one's interested in that stuff yet, and that's very confusing. That's a weird feeling to work with, because I guess people don't know me that well yet. It kind of paints a weird picture. So I hope I've explained that right, but it's like I feel like when I'm doing other videos now, it's like, oh, no one's interested in that because they're kind of following the other story, and I don't really know how to deal with that. But that's not a complaint. That's just more of I'm into things like I was trying to say to someone, oh, I'm very close to this many followers, yay. And then I thought, well, I got most of them because people were interested in helping us and talking to us about this journey. But that's not what we're just about. I want to be a family vlog. That's what I want to be. You know, that's what I want to work on. That's why I included the kids in it, because I want it to be about all of us. Claire doesn't really want to be on the videos, and Ben doesn't offer much in the way of dialogue because he's a baby. But otherwise, once he's getting older, I'll do more filming with him as well, and I want it to be more about what we do. But yeah, it's been a real interesting learning curve over the past, whatever it is, 240 videos. I never thought I'd sit and record that many. I don't know what I was thinking when I started it. I don't know whether I thought, this is me now, I'll do this every day forever. It didn't take long before I went into a new routine of doing a couple of videos a week. But I think that's just because I was starting to get a bit stressed about constantly. If nothing funny happened in a day, I didn't have much to talk about, and I didn't have any topics lined up. But I feel better now the way I'm doing it, and I feel like there's been enough going on in our family at the moment that there's been some engaging drama, which, again, I'm not putting that out for the views. I'm putting that out for the help and for the sharing the pain with other people who are also going through similar. But yeah, I'm hoping. I guess the point of what I'm trying to say is I want to be more entertaining in the year ahead and less angsty. But you know, I will keep you all posted with what's going on. The journey is important. It's something that I want to share with people. I really appreciate your help, and you've been wonderful people. You have really been wonderful people, and I'm really, really, really grateful. So that's the nuts and bolts of it. I'm not going to waffle on too much more. I like to give these kind of periodical reviews of, like, as a channel as well as what's going on, because, as I say, yeah, in a perfect world, I'd come out with some smashing videos that are great, and they're the things that people like to watch. But I get that I'm still pretty new and still pretty rough at this. So, you know, it'll come in time, it'll come. But anyway, I'm going to wrap it up because it is New Year's Eve. I did pack my family off upstairs to hide for 20 minutes while I recorded. That was one video ago because I ballsed that video up. So now I'm doing this one. But yeah, it's New Year's Eve, so when they get down, I think we're going to play a board game. We're going to watch the last leg end of year special, and then it's Doctor Who on today? I don't know, damn. Anyway, maybe tomorrow. But the Hootenanny's on later, and we always watch that, even though this year there's no one good on it, and it's very frowned upon that people watch the Hootenanny, because it's almost like admitting defeat on New Year's Eve. But we like it, so we're going to watch that while we eat loads of food. I'm going to wrap up there. I hope you have a wonderful 2019 and have a good night tonight. I hope you had a great Christmas. Thank you again from the bottom of my heart, and I know from my families as well. We're all very grateful. The kids absolutely love doing this, and they love the support and the feedback, and they love the fact that they've got this group of YouTube commenters and watchers that like watching what they do. They love that. They tell their friends about that, and their friends, some of them don't believe them, which I think is really cute. They think they're lying, but they're really excited when they see the truth. So yeah, thank you very much, and I hope you have a great year. I hope you've had a great year, and if you haven't, I hope next year's better. Yeah, cool. Thanks very much, and Happy New Year.